Hello Rider Nation, my name is Dave and I am still an Expos fan. Right there. Gone but not forgotten. Alright, so I'm supporting Montreal right now. It's not the football team I'm supporting, it's the baseball team. It's a classic, one of my favorites, so this episode, I'm gonna wear it. They deserved it, they beat us, fair and square, this time, am I right? So what happened this week? Well, the Riders are now 4-2. We lost to the Montreal Alouettes 30-26. So most people would be kind of down on themselves. They think this is a bad thing, 4-2. But if you read the later post the day before the game, Rob Vansto made a good point. Every time the Saskatchewan Roughriders have won the Grey Cup, they started the season 4-2. Yeah, that's pretty good. And like he said, if there's any season that we want to be repeating history, it's this one, the 100th season where we're celebrating our history. So, I think we're off to a good start. The other thing that's so impressive about this game is the stats. Thank you for the stats, Darian. Thank you so much. If you heard earlier this week, Darian was suffering some stomach flu problems or something like that. He said he's had this for like a couple weeks. No one really knew about this. He came out and he was on fire. The guy played really good. He had 62 passing attempts, threw for 445 yards, and threw 2 touchdowns. How did we not win the game? I don't care. Like I said before, yes, I like wins, but I love stats. Andy Fantuz, Weston Dressler, all these guys are getting the yards. That's what I love to see. If the Riders come out every game, and they play hard, and they put out their best effort, I don't really care what the result is. It's like playing sports when you're a kid. Your parents say, you know what, as long as you gave it your best shot, and you had fun, well then you're good to go, you know? You can be proud of that effort. And I think everyone can be proud of the Riders' effort against Montreal the other day. But there's more news. Hold your horses. Calgary. This just in. The CFL Power Rankings still do not make any sense. Yes, the TSN Power Rankings, the CBC Power Rankings, they've been pretty consistent all year. The Riders have stayed near the top. Why? Because we have one of the best records in the league. We're in the top 4 teams in the league, record-wise, okay? The CFL Power Rankings on CFL.ca don't make much sense because 2 of the top 4 teams in the league are 6th and 7th in the Power Rankings. What? So the CFL website tried to explain how the Power Rankings work, what the point system is at. Thank you for that. Write it in English next time. But thank you for trying to explain it. Kind of put out the formula of how they come up with this, the Power Rankings. To me, it doesn't make much sense because 75% of it goes by games previously played, 25% of it goes by last week. If the Riders and the Argonauts have the 3rd and 4th best records in the league, how can they be 6th and 7th in the Power Rankings? Like they had to have gotten some stats to bring them up for them to have those records, don't you think? Yeah, so it doesn't make much sense. And the Edmonton Eskimos, who've only won 1 game, are 4th overall in the Power Rankings. What? So CFL on Twitter told me that it's because the standings are there to tell you who's in first and who's in last. That's what the standings are for. The Power Rankings are to get another perspective. But it still doesn't make any sense to me. The thing is, it's not a big deal. It's just the Power Rankings. It's basically somebody's opinion, what they thought the formula should be, so whatever. The point is, the standings basically matters the most. I just think it's hilarious that Edmonton's in the top 4 and 2 of the best teams in the league are in the bottom 4. But you be the judge of that. If you didn't know, this year the CFL is celebrating the 1970s. So some of the retro jerseys teams are wearing and stuff like this based on the jerseys they wore in the 70s. So, and I'm going to get more into this later. Maybe another separate vlog just on like the jerseys and the look of the CFL. But I think that all these retro jerseys look a lot nicer than some of the current jerseys. Now here's why. It's because they're simple. 2 or 3 colors, bold, no like black outlines or whatever. It's like green on white, or it's like red and blue and white for the Alouettes. I thought they looked solid, and I think these retro jerseys look really nice. Last year's were cool, this year's were cool. Are they accurate? That's another story, but they look really good. Look at the NFL. Look at the Colts. Google up a Colts jersey right now. What is it? It looks just like the retro jerseys that we wore last year, kind of thing. Not the 60s retro, but the retro which became our 3rd jersey because we have the home and the retro, and then we celebrated with the league the retro, and then this year we got the retro black and red, but then the other retro. But I'm talking about the retro that was the one with the, yeah, you know the one I'm talking about with the 2 white stripes on the shoulders? That one. Okay, so the point is, the Indianapolis Colts jersey is simple. That's all they have is white with 2 blue stripes. That's an NFL team. They look solid. When we go out there wearing the black and stuff, it's kind of distracting, like the black like little trim and the outline and stuff. You don't need that. Some of these teams got all these extra like lines going all over the place and all this stuff. And what's happening? These retro jerseys, bring them back now. They look way too good to be sitting in a closet. Make these sharp, solid-looking jerseys the actual jerseys of these teams. They look cool. Besides, what do we have to lose? People already make fun of our league for having 8 teams, 2 teams with the same names, 3 downs, all this kind of stuff. People make fun of that. So what if we were the team that looked like we're playing in the 70s? I'd be fine with that, because I think it looks way better. And last but not least, on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers official Facebook fan page, the contest is called I Want a Recount Card Contest. Winnipeg Blue Bomber fans are supposed to create like a greeting card, or like a get well soon card, regarding the 13th man call from the Grey Cup last year. Another 13th man reference. Come on, Winnipeg, you can do better than that. Actually, they probably can't. 2 things about this. 1, that's awesome, okay? Look, I know you're thinking like, Dave, you're a Rider fan, what's going on? No. The fact that the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are doing stuff in their online community. What have you seen the Riders Facebook fan page do? Post links to like the articles from the website. Get involved with this community. Why doesn't the Facebook group do something? Why don't these people get involved with this community online? Throw contests out there. Do random stuff. Winnipeg's trying. You know the other team that's great at this? Hamilton. Hamilton puts out these awesome videos on their website, and they get fans involved. And some would argue, it's like, well, they need that because, you know, their team isn't that great right now or whatever. Are you just taking advantage of the Riders and the fact that, like, oh, we have a good product, and the fans are there, and fans make their own sites and their own online communities and stuff, so we don't have to do anything? No, take some pride in what you're doing and go out there and get involved in these online communities. That's where the world is going, so go out there and do something. At least Winnipeg's doing something. Yeah, you might not like the contest, but you know what? It's getting fans involved. It's getting the team spirit going. They're having fun with it. Yeah, what's the last time the Roughriders actually reached out to fans? Really. But the one other thing I wanted to bring up about this contest, which on Twitter, Jamie Nye kind of brought this up. Well, it's great that they're getting the fans involved and stuff. They really should have thought this through. Because let's see, who was on the Riders last year? Like, who were some of the coaches? Paul Police, I think. Cavis Reed, I think he played a major role in the special teams. Where are they now? Oh, that's right, they're on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Yeah, some of that stuff you should really think about before you do. But otherwise, it's great that you're getting the community involved, and I wish the Riders would take an initiative and do some more of that. So with that, Rider Nation, I want to know from you, what do you think of the Riders' online presence? Do you think they're doing enough? When you look at these other teams and the stuff that they're doing, whether it's videos or contests or interaction with the fans, actually responding to them when they have questions or concerns, what do you think of that? Let me know in the comments below. Is the 4-2 record going to help us or not? Is it all part of the history? Is 4-2 our highway to the Grey Cup, or do you think this is bad right now, how the Riders are playing? So yeah, find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, do all that fun stuff. You can send me an email, piffles1910@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos, more updates. Check out all the episodes if you're new. Let me know what you want to see in upcoming Piffles episodes. So with that, Rider Nation, we got the BC Lions coming into town, 1-5. We're already into week 7. Until next time, Rider Nation, have a good one. Detroit Tigers fan or what?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You?
Not so much. Expos, when they were around.
Were you born when they were around?
Yeah, I caught a couple games there.
Oh, yeah, I'm just
No, it's all good.